Right now at 6, President Trump has now put a pause on most tariffs, but not on cuts in federal funding. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Zinni.
And hi, everyone. I'm Erin Connolly. More on tariffs in just a minute. But first, Connecticut has lost $175 million in funding for public health. $14 million has been frozen for education, and more cuts could be coming.
And today, the House Speaker here is asking the governor to declare a fiscal emergency. Your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, has the very latest.
And so that would mean declaring a fiscal emergency.
Cuts in federal funding could be devastating, which is why House Speaker Matt Ritter wants Governor Lamont to declare a fiscal emergency.
There's so much that we don't know that's coming at us at a daily basis that sometimes the best thing you can do is just pause. So would that mean that the guardrails would be changed? Yeah, it does, right? Because that's what the fiscal emergency does.
Those guardrails are important because they were put in place to control spending and make sure Connecticut uses some of its income tax revenue to pay down debt and prevent the state's reserve fund from being raided. Ritter says we should freeze some of the tax revenue and even consider using some of the reserve fund until we know how much we are losing in federal funding. However, Governor Lamont isn't on board, at least not now.
Premature. We've got a couple months left in this session. Everybody wants to do everything yesterday. Slow down. I think we'll have a lot more visibility about what's hitting us from Washington in the next couple months. We can decide what to do then.
Connecticut has a pretty significant reserve fund, more than $4 billion. Republicans are also not in favor of making changes until we know more.
I think it's a mistake. We should not be dismantling the guardrails that have protected Connecticut from overspending, protected us from tax increases.
In years past, Connecticut has declared a fiscal emergency, but that was under different circumstances, when we had shortfalls and deficits, not when we've had budget surpluses and reserves. But these are uncertain times. Your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, Channel 3, Eyewitness News at the state capitol.